Welcome to Sarra Sounds Off. This is a show that I've been looking forward to doing now for over a month. We will have the legendary sports writer Mike Candel, who is helping us pick the decade's basketball teams starting from the 1950s through 2019. But I am excited to talk about Dr. J and all the great basketball players that started here on Long Island. Joining us now on Sarra Sounds Off is my favorite, a legendary sports writer from Newsday Sports, Mike Candel. It's been fun, but it's also been a challenge, right?
I'm glad I was involved, but I got to tell you, it was a lot of work. And I enjoyed every minute of it because it was a topic that I like and I know.
Tell me about some of the challenges. Go back to the 50s first.
Believe it or not, I found easy. And I'll tell you why. First of all, Suffolk County was very small. In fact, in the 50s, in the early 50s, Suffolk County Section 11 was really part of Section 8. There was no Section 11.
I don't think they were really surprised at Jim Brown because he's one of the greatest all-around athletes in Long Island history. But I think they were surprised that Carl Yastrzemski was like that good of a basketball player.
I saw him play. You know the great thing about the 50s? I saw every one of them but one guy play.
Who was the best player from your view?
There's no question about it. It was Art Heyman. He was a three-time All-American. He was the National Player of the Year, and he brought Duke to the Final Four. And this is an interesting little bit. Duke won a consolation game. Heyman was the MVP, and they didn't even make it to the final.
So when we jump into the 1960 era, that decade, that was challenging also. Take me through the selection of that. I know when you first gave me the first list, you had like 15 guys, and you're like, yeah, this is going to be tough.
It might be tough to put Julius Erving on there. He was a very good high school player. He was recruited. I'll tell you, I was coaching at Nassau Community at the time. We were recruiting him. Hofstra was recruiting him, and UMass was recruiting him. I remember Louis Rothel, who I coached with at Nassau and who played at St. John's, begging Lou Carnesecca to look at the kid, and Carnesecca didn't think he could play.
Whether we agreed on it or not, what was the toughest one for you?
Okay, one of the tough ones for me, believe it or not, was in the 60s, was Wandy Williams at Malvern. One of the greatest all-around athletes to ever play in high school ball, but he was a great high school player. His college years were very spotty in Hofstra, and he didn't go beyond that.
It's more meaningful when there's less players. And having done this project with you, I agree. Because if we went back into the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and there was 25 guys on the Long Island basketball teams, that just makes it so much harder.
There were some guys who just were so better than their era as athletes. It's the totality. If we were just picking their high school careers, it would be a different look for some people.
Well, so far you've done a great job with the 50s and 60s. The feedback's been wonderful. 70s are coming out this week. 80s are coming out this week. But maybe we surprise people in 2025 with the all-century football team. That would be fun. And this is about greatness. These decades teams, the series is about greatness. Please check out our series coming out this weekend in Newsday Sports. We have some highlights from some of the championship basketball games this weekend. The first one we're going to dive into is Amityville, the 5 seed, goes into the finals against Smithtown West. And they have a great basketball game for the final. Amir Dickerson is the difference for Amityville. They win the game 60-57. Their 20th county championship in Suffolk for Amityville. And how about Jack Agostino? He wins his 12th Suffolk championship. Tip your cap to that guy. He has been one of the greatest coaches of all time, and you will see him. I don't want to give you too much information on one of our decades teams. That's Jack Agostino of Amityville. Congratulations on a huge win. In the girls' basketball side of things, Cold Spring Harbor is just running amok in Nassau County. They beat Carl Place 63-28 to claim the Class B championship. They'll move forward and play Babylon. Babylon, which won its first Suffolk Class B title in school history. Congratulations to the Panthers. All those games are being played at Farmingdale State College, a fantastic host to the Long Island Basketball Championships. I'm Gregg Sarra for Sarra Sounds Off. It's been a great week. I can't wait till next week and all of what we do with the decades teams.